and a fairy.
Hello everyone, today I have for you a Magic the Gathering Lorwyn Eclipsed Play Booster box. So yeah, let's open it. This is gambling, I know, so be careful when you do it. So let's do this. So let's continue. Have a little insert thingy, nobody cares about that, and we have our boosters. So let's put this here and I'll get the first booster. We're gonna get all the value in this one. Let's go. So as usual, I'm going straight to the rares. Ooh, there's some glare there. Did it focus? Yeah. So let's begin. Oh, let me focus this a little bit more. Okay, better. There's some glare here. Like this. Good. So here, let's go. And we have our first mythic, a Deceit, 4 generic and 2 blue or 2 black, a 5/5 elemental incarnation. When this creature enters, if 2 blue was spent to cast it, return it up to one other target non-land permanent to its other owner's hand. Blech. When this creature enters, if 2 black was spent to cast it, the target opponent reveals their hand, you choose a non-land card from it, that player discards that card. Very nice. And we have a foil here, a swamp, and a goblin. Second booster. Not bad for a first. I went to the pre-release and I got most of the most expensive cards. I lost pretty much all the games except for 2, but yeah. Collecting Magic is great, but playing not so much. I'm not that good. And we have a Winnowing for 4 generic and 2 white sorcery. Convoke. For each player, you would choose a creature that player controls. Then each player sacrifices all other creatures they control that don't share a creature type with the chosen creature they control. So foil and lands and a token. Let's see if we're gonna get more value or if we're gonna lose all the value. We're gonna lose all the value. And we have Lorwyn, Imperfect Naturalist, 2 black or 2 green, 1 free elf druid. When Lorwyn enters, mill 4 cards, then you may put a creature or land card from among the mill cards on top of your library. 2 generic and 3 black or 3 green, discard a land card, create a 1/1 black green worm creature token for each land card in your graveyard. And a foil and a land and a goblin. Wah, wah, wah. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, we have a Lockmare. This used to be very valuable, but not so much anymore. For 1 generic and 1 blue, 4/5 Horse Serpent. This creature enters with 3 -1/-1 counters on it. From 1 generic and 1 blue, remove a counter from this creature, draw a card. For 2 and 1 blue, remove 2 counters from this creature, tap target creature, put a stun counter on it. I used this card in the first pre-release I went, because I went to 2, and it was very, very good. It wasn't good enough for me to win, but hey, it is what it is. So let's go, and we have Figure of Fable. For 1 green or 1 white, 1/1 creature Githkin. For 1 green or 1 white, this creature becomes a Githkin scout with base power and toughness 2/3. 1 generic and 2 green or 2 white. If this creature is a scout, it becomes a Githkin soldier with base power and toughness 4/5. For 3 and 3 green or 3 white, if this creature is a soldier, it becomes a Kithkin avatar with base power and toughness 7-8 and protection from each of your opponents. Architect's Defense and we have a Glenelander Guardian, 2 generic and 1 blue. Creature Fairy Wizard, Flash Flying. This creature enters with -1/-1 counter on it. For 1 generic and 1 blue, remove a counter from this creature. Counter target non-creature spell its controller draws a card. So it's a counter spell essentially, for as long as it has -1 counters. And we have a Chronicle of Victory for 6 generic legendary artifact. As Chronicle of Victory enters, choose a creature type. Creatures you control of the chosen type get +2/+2 and have first strike and trample. Whenever you cast a spell of the chosen type, draw a card for tribal. Nice. And we have a foil Slumbering Walker. 3 generic and 2 white for 7 giant warrior. This creature enters with 2 -1/-1 counters on it. At the beginning of your end step, you may remove a counter from this creature. When you do, return target creature with creature card with power 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Now, this was a very good pack. Oh wow, that was very good. Very good. So let's go to the next. And we have a Collective Inferno. 3 generic, 2 red. Convoke. As this enchantment enters, choose a creature type. Double all damage that sources you control of the chosen type would deal. Okay, this is good. In the Kindred deck, they used to be tribal, but apparently that's too controversial for wizards now. So it's Kindred. Yeah, no comments. And we have a Kinscare Sentry. Yeah, I think that's how it's said. 1 generic and 1 white. 2/2 Kithkin Soldier. First strike and lifelink. Ooh. Whenever this creature attacks, you may put a creature card with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking, where X is the number of attacking creatures you control. Oh, it's a pretty solid rare. Probably worth a couple of cents. And we have a Kin Bending, 3 generic and 2 white. Special art, full art thingy. Enchantment. Creatures you control get +X/+X, where X is the number of creatures that enter the battlefield under your control this turn. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 1/1 green and white Kithkin creature token. And we have a Mirrorwind Crown. Ooh, for generic. Artifact equipment. As long as this equipment is attached to a creature, the first time you would create 1 or more tokens each turn, you may instead create that many tokens that are copies of equipped creature. Equip 2. Nice. Ooh. Let's move on to the next. And we have a Bray of Clan. Bray of Clan Stout Arm. 2 generic, 1 red, 1 white. 4/4 Giant Warrior. For 1 generic and 1 white, another target creature you control gains flying and lifelink until the end of the turn. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost if the spell mana value is less than or equal to the amount of life you gain this turn. Otherwise, put it into your hand. And we have another rare. Wow, a lot of value. We have Rime Fire Torque, 1 generic and 1 blue artifact. This artifact enters, choose a creature type. Whenever a permanent you control the chosen type enters, put a charge counter on this artifact. Tap this artifact, remove 3 charge counters from this artifact. When you next cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy it, you may choose new targets for the copy. Ooh, nice. And we have a token and another land. We're about halfway through, more or less. Ooh, nice. I'm gonna separate these here. And we have Adorn Besieged by Time. 1 generic, 1 white, black, and green. 0/5/3 folk druid. Each creature spell you cast with toughness greater than its power costs 1 less to cast. Whenever a creature you control attacks or blocks, it gets +X/+X until the end of turn, when X is the difference between its power and toughness. Yesterday I lost this, so yeah, this can be very, very good. We have rating schemes. Didn't we get this? No. 3 generic, 1 red, and 1 green. Enchantment. Each non-creature spell you cast as Conspire. As you cast a non-creature spell, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you control that share a color with it. When you do, copy it, and you may choose new targets for the copy. A copy of a permanent spell becomes a token. And we have an Ashland's Command. Didn't we get this already? I'm starting to lose track. Anyway, Ashland's Command. 3 generic, 1 blue, 1 red. Kindred instant, elemental, choose 2. Create a token that's a copy of target elemental you control. Target player draws 2 cards. Ashland's Command deals 2 damage to each creature target player controls. Target player creates 2 treasure tokens. Polterdash foil and land foil. Nice. Ooh, I see a no-code token. I like it. And we have a Skullsback Scoundrel, 1 generic, 1 red, 3/2, Goblin Warrior. This looks more like a pig than a goblin, but it is what it is. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may blight 1. If you do, create a treasure token. Okay. Ooh, special guest. Let's go. Probably not that valuable, but look at the art. Oh, look at that, it's beautiful. 1 generic and 1 green, 0/2 elf druid. Add 1 green mana, put a -1/-1 counter on this creature, untap this creature. Very good. Ooh, 2 foils in one pack. So far, not much value, just a lot of rares. Let's go to the next. Ooh, yes, this is what I wanted. Yes, I like it. Temple Garden. Add 1 blue, green, or white. If as this land enters, you may pay 2 life. If you don't, it enters tapped. I think we're halfway now, more or less. Yeah, less, more or less than anything. And we have a Dawn Hands Dissident for 1 black, 1/2 elf warlock. As tap this creature, blight, surveil 1. Tap this creature, blight 2, exile target card from a graveyard. During your turn, you may cast a creature card spells from among cards you own. Exile with this creature by removing 3 counters from among creatures you control, in addition to paying its other cost. It's interesting. And we have Champion of the Weird, 3 generic, 1 black, 5/5 Goblin Berserker. As an additional cost to cast a spell, behold a goblin and exile it. Pay 1 life, blight 2. Target opponent blights 2. Activate only as a sorcery when this creature leaves the battlefield. Return the exile card to its owner's hand. And nothing. And we have a mythic, Curious Colossus, 5 generic and 2 white, 7/7 giant warrior. When this creature enters, each creature target opponent controls loses all abilities, becomes a coward in addition to its other types, and it has base power, toughness 1. Nice. So it's essentially a big creature with that it's removable. So yeah. And we have Tam Mindful First here. Legendary creature, Gorgon Wizard, for 1 generic and 1 green or blue. 2/2 creature. Each other creature you control has hexproof from each of its colors. Target creature you control becomes all colors until the end of the turn. Okay, that's fun. We have a Goliath Daydreamer, 2 generic and 2 red, 4/4 creature. Creature Giant Wizard. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell from your hand, exile that card with a dream counter on it. Exile instead of putting it into your graveyard as it resolves. Whenever this creature attacks, you may cast a spell from among cards you own and exile with a dream counters on them without paying its mana cost. Fall of Evolving Wilds. So yeah. Not many of these. What's up with that? And we have Flitterwing Nuisance for 1 blue, 2/2 creature flying. This creature enters with a -1/-1 counters on it. 2 generic and 1 blue. Remove a counter from this creature whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker this turn. Draw a card. Not a lot of value. Almost at the end. Come on, come on. Oh, I see something in the end. And we have Tristan, Callous Cultivator, 2 generic and 1 green, 3/4 legendary creature, Elf Druid. Death Touch. Whenever this creature enters or transforms into Tristan, Callous Cultivator, mill 3 cards, and then if there is an elf card in your graveyard, you gain 2 life. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay 1 black if you do transform Tristan into Tristan Penitent Color. Death Touch. Whenever this creature transforms into Tristan Penitent Color, mill 3 cards, then you make sell an elf card from your graveyard. If you do, each opponent loses 2 life. Okay. Okay. I can see why. This could be useful, but it's a pretty card. Probably not very valuable. This set isn't all that valuable, so yeah. Not expecting to get my money back. We have Taster of Wares, 2 generic, 1 black, 3/2 Goblin Warlock. When this creature enters, target opponent reveals X cards from their hand, where X is the number of goblins you control. You choose one of those cards, that player exiles it. If an instant or sorcery card is exiled this way, you may cast it for as long as you control this creature, and mana of any type can be spent to cast that spell. And we have another rare, Tristan's Command, 4 generic, 1 black and 1 green. Choose 2, create a token that's a copy of target elf you control, return 1 or 2 target permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand, destroy target creature or enchantment. Creatures target player control get +3/+3 until the end of the turn, untap them. And it should be worth like 10 cents. Ooh, we have a Celestial Reunion, X and 1 green. As an additional cost to cast a spell, you may choose a creature type and behold 2 creatures of that type. Search your library for a creature card with mana value X or less. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. If the spell's additional cost was paid and the reveal card is the chosen type, put that card into the battlefield instead of putting it into your hand. Okay. We have another Slumbering Walker, King's Bale, and let's go to the next. I think we have 6 boosters, 7 with this one left. We have Bloodline Bidding, 6 generic and 2 black, sorcery as Convoke. Choose a creature type. Return all creature cards of the chosen type from your graveyard to the battlefield. Wait. Could be better, could be worse. So far, kinda worse. And we have Sig, Wandering Wisdom, 1 generic, 1 blue, 2/2 legendary creature, Merfolk Wizard. Sig can't be blocked. Whenever this creature enters or transforms into Sig, Wandering Wisdom, target creature gains. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, draw a card until the end of the turn. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay 1 white. If you do, transform Sig. Sick Wandering Shield. Sick can't be blocked whenever this creature transforms into Sick Wonderbrine Shield. Target creature you control gains protection from each call until the end of your next turn. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay 1 blue. We have a foil, tree folk, etc. 5 boosters. And we have another Slumbering Walker. Keep out. I'm cursed. I'm cursed. I'm very, very cursed. Ooh, nice. And we have Taster of Wares. Well, I already have one of these, but this one is special. So yeah. 3 boosters. All the value is gonna come now. Another Bristlebane Battler, right? I already have one of these. Yeah, I think I did. Let me check. Ooh, that's a lot of rares. Bristlebane or not? I don't think. Ooh, this one isn't new. Okay. Bristlebane Battler, 1 generic, 1 green. Trample Ward 2. This creature enters with 5 -1/-1 counters on it. When another creature you control enters while this creature has this -1, you remove one counter. Okay. And we have Selfless Safe Right. 3 generic, 2 green, 4/2. Flash. Convoke. When this creature enters a creature type, other permanents you control of that type gain X-proof and indestructible till the end of the turn. And we have Grub, Foil, Storied Matriarch, 2 generic, 1 black, 2/1 legendary creature Goblin Warlock. Has Menace. Whenever this creature enters or transforms its group Storied Matriarch, return up to 1 target Goblin card from your graveyard to your hand. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay 1 red. Grub, Notorious Auntie, Menace. Whenever Grub attacks, you may blight 1. If you do, create an attacking token that's a copy of blighted creature, except it has, at the beginning of your end step, sacrifice this token. Okay. A foil land, and we have 2 boosters left. Dun, dun, dun. Spry and Mighty, 4 generic and 1 green sorceries. Choose 2 creatures you control. You draw X cards of the chosen creatures. You draw X cards, and the chosen creatures get +X and gain trample until the end of the turn, where X is the difference between the chosen creature's power. Okay. Another Tristan's Command and a Wary Farmer. Last booster. Don't disappoint me. All the value is here. Ooh. I think I see something. Ashling Rekindle, 1 generic, 1 red. Elemental Sorcerer, 1 free. Whenever this creature enters or transforms into Ashling Rekindle, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay 1 blue. If you do, transform. Ashling Rhymebound, legendary creature, Elemental Wizard. Whenever this creature transforms into Ashling Rhymebound at the beginning of your first main phase, add 2 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast spells with mana value 4 or greater. Okay. And we have a foil Raiding Schemes. Okay. And the foil lands. We didn't get a lot of value. We just got a lot of essentially bulk. Look at this. Look at this. This is straight up bulk. So we got, how many mythics did we get? So we got 1, 2, this special guest, and I think that's it. No, then another one, another one, another one. So these are all rares, and we got a special guest card and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mythics and 40 boosters. I think this one is quite valuable. This one might also be a couple of euros. But apart from this, yeah, I lost money. Again, yay. So anyway, if you open the box, I hope you have better results and better pulls, because honestly, Jesus Christ. I wanted some of the lands, but I only got one. Disappointing, I know. Yeah. So, take care. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Bye.